So Poltergeist McKenzie, if you'd seen my AI video I popped out last night, one of the reasons I like to pop it out in AI is so that the facts are completely correct. But this is the mausoleum in Edinburgh in the Greyfriars graveyard. Now, I have visited this twice, so I can vouch for this. It is known that there's poltergeist energy in there. People have been scratched, attacked, just felt a really bad presence. People will always ask me, so how do you know if it's a poltergeist? If anything's moving about, all right, or you have any sort of physical contact where you can't explain it and it's likely a poltergeist, that is not good energy. Now, it's said that someone in 1999 fell down. They were in the mausoleum to take shelter. They fell down and fell right into where the tomb was, and they said this is when the activity started. This man was obviously very notorious and bad for the things that he did when he was alive, but Edinburgh as a whole is very, very haunted. What we're going to come on to later this week, maybe tonight stroke tomorrow, is the witchcraft in Edinburgh. But here's a wee quick story just before we finish regarding the witchcraft in Edinburgh. So years and years ago, they used to decide if they were witches or not. If they were witches, they would take them to the water to drown them. Now, bear in mind, back then they wore big, big dresses. And if they floated, they were a witch. If they sunk, they weren't a witch. So you can imagine if they sunk, it was a little bit too late and their family had to be there. But also, if they floated, it was likely they could kill their family as well. So what would happen was they would put the women in the water, but obviously with the big dresses, sometimes they wouldn't sink, they would float, and then they would try to stone them. And if they still didn't go down, the family would beg for them to go down because then they would be up next. So that's what they used to do to the witches back in the day. I'm presuming back then that had been somebody like myself, so yeah, isn't that great? But we're going to do a lot of Edinburgh history over the next few days in Scottish history. Then we're going to the Irish history in October as well for all the haunted Halloween things, so keep a wee eye out. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe.